Hey up. Right. So this is the story of Captain Hotknives. It's how I got the name. It's where the songs came from in the beginning. And why I started doing it in public as a thing. Right. So I'm doing this for Eddie out of the Nils in Dublin. Because he interviewed me once outside Emmett's bar in Ballina. Went really good. I've never really been interviewed for obvious reasons. With having fucking tics and what have you, and probably a bit of a nightmare to interview. But like, he interviewed us, recorded it into this Zoom thing. Happy days. But then the card or something didn't work, so it all got lost. But he's the only person who ever asked me the good questions, and it did make me think, how the fuck did I get started, etc. So, got to try and explain it. Alright then. So the name, Captain Hotknives, I wasn't going to call myself anything. It always seems pretentious having a band name. But if you're going to perform on a stage, you need a fucking name. And my own name, Christopher, bit on the boring side, you know. And now, live on stage, Christopher. Do you know what I mean? It's not really up there. It's not up there with the good rock and roll names, is it? Like Berry Chuck. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I got this nickname years before I did any fucking gigs. And what it was, I used to go to this guy's house to get a draw. And me and my mate Rachel, we used to go in town busking. Soon as we had enough money to get a team for an eighth, we'd go to somebody's house and buy it. And we used to annoy the fuck out of all the dealers because we turn up with like loads of 20p's and 10p's, like that. £14.10, £14.11, you know, and the guy'd be like, for fuck's sake, just bring some fucking banknotes. And you're like, yeah, I've been busking, man. So we were busking to get a smoke, and this one day we went to this guy's house in Bradford, got this eighth, and all Bradford houses used to have these gas fires, all the shit houses anyway, housing benefit shitholes. These gas fires with these like tiley bits. So I chopped out the whole eighth into blims. And me and Rachel got the knives out of the guitar case. We hot knifed the whole eighth between us. But that was like standard behaviour to us. And then off we fucked to get more money. To come back and get another eighth and annoy the cunt again with loads of change. And just as I was leaving in the door, the fella says, "You're the right fucking Captain Hotknives you are, mate." And I thought, well, I'm not the captain of it, pal. I got shown it by Scottish people. Scottish people are fuckloads harder than English people. And they showed me the Hotknives back in the late 80s. So I wasn't never the captain of it. But I got this guy calling me Captain Hotknives. Forgot it instantly, went outside, went back to thieving and getting money. So anyway, never thought about it again. Captain fucking Hotknives. But I did have a song for years called Hotknives Are Good For You. And it was made up for my friend Rachel. Now Rachel was my partner in crime for a while, you know, like we met through busking on Darley Street in Bradford. Anyway, so we used to go, we were both a bit mad, like, and we used to go all day getting money to get a smoke, and all night smoking it, chatting shit, and being giddy, and we could never sleep. And we used to go see all the horses that were tied up at bottom of estates, like bottom of Homewood and that. Used to go take them carrots and things like that. I used to feel like I were like one of them horses. You know, with a chain round its fucking neck, can only go in a little circle. Because that's what it's like living in Bradford on fucking dole money. So that was anyway, so she and me and Rachel, I was a bass player. I was in a band, and I was never wanted to front a band. I'm not a singer. I can't shut up, but I don't necessarily talk a lot of sense. So I never got given a mic in any band that I played bass. And I'd rather play bass, to be honest. It's my first love. Get them fingers walking on the strings. But see, I used to make silly songs up just for me and Rachel on the nights in my old gaff. I used to call my old house the Hot Knife Research Station. And we'd meet random nutters all the time. But anyone who come in the house, I'd make them have a few hot knives. Because I'll tell you what, you know, if they were fucking plainclothes or something, it'd be fucking hilarious. Do you know, giving them some Hotknives. But luckily everyone was sound that came round, ish. In Bradford, it's a wide term, soundness. So I used to make these songs for Rachel anyway. Years and down the line, sadly Rachel went on to the next world in bad circumstances. And after that, because I never had the front, she always used to tell me, you should do those silly songs as a gig. You should sing Hotknives Are Good For You in the pub. And I said, Rachel, nobody in the right mind will want a 7-minute fucking story about Jesus, Mary and Joseph doing Hotknives in the desert, except you, our Ben, our Dean, Alan. Do you know, the people we knew might like it because I could sing it to them, I could see they liked it, and that worked, and I knew it was alright. But doing it in a pub, fuck off. Nowhere was I going to sing a Captain Hotknives song in a pub. And I weren't even Captain Hotknives, it was just me, Christopher. But see, after Rachel went, I had a word with myself, and I thought the only thing that stopped me doing Captain Hotknives songs, which was what they've become, is fear. I was afraid to go in a pub and just do a rambling story, like, because you can do that in a front room with a few mates, and they're your mates, they're not going to kick your head in, they'll probably laugh, and if they don't laugh, at least you can see by their eyes they're fucking bored and you just stop. Do you get me? Whereas in a pub, full of fucking random strangers, they could be complete psychos, you don't know what singing to them might entail. It's bad enough being a bass player, I've seen mad enough fucking shit from stages all my days. So one thing and another, I wasn't in a rush to sing my songs that were for Rachel. I weren't in a rush to sing them out to the public in bigger numbers. But see, when I was grieving the loss of my friend, I thought, she did tell me to do this and I never fucking did it. I never listened to her. Well, I did listen, but I was just too scared to do it. And I thought, well, what I'm afraid of now, and do you know what? I kind of wanted somebody to kill me, because somebody had killed my friend. And I thought, fuck this life. So I just started going into open mic nights and stuff and singing Hotknives Are Good For You, or I Skanked Me Nana, which were just old little ideas from sitting there with Rachel in my front room all them years ago, my mate Boris, and people I knew like donkeys years ago will know them songs because that's where they came from. But like, it took a lot of years afterwards. So it was about maybe 17 years or something since this guy called me Captain Hotknives. So I started actually getting, from turning up at parties, people started booking me to play in pubs. So then I needed a name. For obvious reasons, you can't go under your own fucking name, can you? Especially if it's as boring as mine. So, because I had that song Hotknives Are Good For You, that's why I thought, I remember that fella said to me, you're right fucking Captain Hotknives, you are, you cunt. And I was like, well, I do like the Hotknives, it is true. Ever since I got shown it, favourite method, most economical, biggest hit off smallest amount, proper poverty method style, shown it by Scottish people that I was in a band with. So that is the root of all Captain Hotknives, how it all started. Started playing in pubs. And if you've ever heard the song Hustler's Lament, the sad tune with a banjo, that is about Rachel, because her surname was Hustler. And the lament is that she's gone to the next world. I'm not religious, but you know what it is. You get brought up with certain patterns. Alright, so long-winded, but that's why I'm called Captain Hotknives. That's where the first old songs came from. And it was after my friend passing away that I thought, I'm going to do this in pubs. And I kind of wanted people to kill me. I've gone in pubs full of hard nuts and pure fucking sung me heart out. I've sung anti-racist lyrics to people who are fucking racist. I've took my chances. I'm amazed nobody's killed me yet. But you know, early days, I've only been at it 15 years. So that's the story of Captain Hotknives and how it all started. So it's going out to Rachel in the next world. Love you, Rachel. You were right, people do like it, and it was been a good ride. Alright, so that's for Eddie Nil, but I'll put it on YouTube for anybody who wants to know the story of Captain Hotknives. All right then, take it easy, everybody. Massive love from Bradford.